All right, we're here. Yo, you just started bad where all I heard was, it's hot. I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
Like it's hot.
I was trying to be serious, man. Hey, guys, we're back. Grassroots Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification button, be notified for our latest to the greatest episodes. Also subscribe and come holla at us in the Discord. And me too, I have to go get back into Discord. I'm back. So we're here. Introduce yourselves, guys. Wait, how are you guys? I genuinely miss you guys, man. I wanted to go into the city and let's just go record with COVID, man. Like I want to be in the midst, but I didn't know how y'all felt about it. So
I mean, New York is better. I feel like a lot more people are going outside. And also on top of that, I forget what the rate was, but our rate in terms of COVID transmission is actually quite low now. So, and I think New York is going to be working towards getting into phase 3. But I still feel comfortable enough to walk around with a mask. So I'm pretty happy about that, considering everything that we went through for the past several months in New York.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What about you two gentlemen?
I thought you were about to call us jabronis.
I started to. But
I can feel
you know
it.
what?
I heard
I'm living life different these days. You gentlemen. It's fine.
I'm good, man. Regular Nas, I'm good. Yo, Brandon, I just noticed you had on that Nike workout T-shirt. Oh man,
you don't like my workout T-shirt? I got a good workout.
How'd you just notice that?
Because I was doing something on my laptop, and I was
I felt accosted the second I saw Brandon today.
Why? That's a good word, by the way. That's a good word.
That's a real aggressive shirt right there.
Yo, Brandon, you kind of look like a P90X trainer.
He's been in the gym.
All right, hey. Listen, everyone relax. Everyone just settle down. Just relax, okay?
Yeah.
I came from a great workout.
Yo, if it weren't for those tattoos, Brandon would look like he has no arms. You are blended in with that wall, yo. Same color cream.
All right, everyone just relax. All right, and you're in the fucking basement. Like, stop talking to me. Listen, nevertheless, I'm trying to say I missed you guys. And you guys are being assholes. So I guess we can get into, and Chris is here. I don't know if he's blanked out or nothing. Hi, Chris, man. I miss you. How are you?
What's up, Brandon? How's it going?
I'm good. You call me Brandon. All right, cool. We're formal.
Yeah,
All
Mr.
Right,
Hall.
no
Mr. Hall.
Yeah, no, never mind. It's cool.
B Hall.
Cool. Relax, E. I heard you. Relax. Yo, all right. So this is what I want to do.
What up?
Where do y'all want to start? Let's just roll the dice. There's so much going on. Someone shoot.
50 and T.I. Let's just start there. Let's start with
Okay.
That's because Nas got a do-rag on. He feeling it.
Yeah. I'm feeling it. You got shot. Okay.
All right, Nas, go. Go 8 Mile. Go 8 Mile. All right, let's start. Tell us your feelings on that 50 and T.I.
Said go 8 Mile. You're a jerk.
No, I was gonna say, man, I got 50. I heard Charlamagne the God say that T.I. would wash 50 Cent. And I had to sit back and really think about T.I.'s catalog, because when trap music came out, I enjoyed that album. I enjoyed it so much, I went back and got I'm Serious. But I must say, Power the Dollar has the Ghetto Quran. And then he came out with Get Rich or Die Trying, which you could literally play nonstop. Then you have The Massacre, which has at least 6 hits on it. And I'm trying to think. So, yo, T.I. got hits, but does he have a solid 20?
Y'all are disrespectful. I just want to say that. Y'all are disrespectful. I'm going to let you finish.
I'm talking comparatively speaking to 50.
Hurt my soul.
A hit, and then T.I. said, listen, I love this man's confidence. He had the temerity to say, I don't even want 50 anymore. I want Hov. And I said,
that was a little brash. That was a little.
Said, my God, man.
I mean,
the confidence on this guy.
All right.
I got 50.
So you have 50. Who wants to go next?
I mean, personally, I would go 50.
Hold on. I also want Chris in this conversation too. I need to hear your thoughts, Chris. Go, Wylson.
Yeah, no, I heard an argument about what was it? Longevity versus peak. Yeah, versus peak. I mean, out of the two of them, if you're saying that 50 peaked and then fell off, that's not true. Because out of the two of them, 50 has the most recent hit. It's a big rich town. Yeah. He has the most recent hit. And also his peak.
Hold on.
What's wrong?
Hold up. We're not about to just skim over the fact you're trying to hit that falsetto note.
The fact that I did hit that and you didn't even realize it. 50, Brandon was like, Joe?
No, it's Jofus here, you Bizarro Joe.
This guy closed his eyes.
Yeah, it put a shit up though. He said, "It's a big rich town." But go ahead, continue your point, Concha.
So if anybody wants to try to discredit 50 and say that he's only he's only in there because he hit a real peak or whatever, he hit a peak that most artists never hit, never see, never achieve. His first two albums is filled with hits. Yep. And as much as I like T.I., I personally never really went crazy on like T.I.'s albums, personally. But I do love T.I. as an artist. I would say T.I. is the better lyricist out of the two. But if we're talking about a versus, I'm going 50.
Wait, but what are we measuring? What are we measuring
hits.
This for?
Just
because
hits.
I feel like
just hits.
Just hits.
It's gotta be 50.
Not popularity. Hits.
Not popularity, just hit records.
Okay, because that's another. I guess that's also another thing that I feel complicated. Not always it complicates, but like there's not like a distinct. When people think of hits, there's not like a distinct like this is what a hit is or X, Y, and Z. Like for some reason, people have different interpretations of it, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like also that contributes. Well, no, I'm not saying us, but I'm saying other people because, like, think about it too, right? Like, think about like people in the South are probably gonna consider T.I.'s hits or more song quote unquote hits just because it, also it's probably played a lot more down there than versus 50 Cent. So it's like there's also that regionalization factor into it as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. Chris,
real
fire
quick.
away, Chris. Hold on.
I just want to add something real quick about T.I.'s Urban Legend album is a dope album too.
Hold on, no. You shut your mouth. Shut your mouth when you talk to me. Shut your mouth when you talk to me. Chris, can you please proceed on? Please, Chris.
All right, so I'm gonna start off with this. I got 50 Cent as a landslide. But hear me out. I think hits is gonna be a regional thing, like Erin said. New York bias. South bias. But 50 has the edge on out trolling T.I. I think we've seen in these versus battles that look at Babyface versus Teddy Riley. Those little slick comments, 50 Cent has T.I. all day on that. T.I. can hit him with every word in the dictionary and still wouldn't be enough.
All right. I've had enough. I've had enough of this shit. I've had enough. This is disrespectful to hip hop.
I'm a huge T.I. fan, but 50, let's say the hits are even. It's 10-10.
Fam.
But 50 Cent, 50 has the edge. No one's out.
Hey, yo.
I gotta lean even more on it now because of Chris. I was trying to remain professional, but 50 would definitely slaughter him in that.
All right, let me be clear. Y'all are disrespectful to hip hop.
Magic Stick wasn't even on the album.
Listen, let me hold on. Let me move my mic up so y'all hear me because y'all got me fucked up. First off,
please, I'm ready for the rebuttal.
First off, no, the rebuttal is very, very clear. First off, y'all are super disrespectful to T.I. The better battle would be T.I. versus Jeezy. That's more of a formidable battle of battles when you're talking hits. T.I. can 100% keep up with 50 Cent in hits. And yes, say that album that you just mentioned, Nas. Can you say it?
Legend?
Yes.
Legend.
Don't be disrespectful. And Chris, what's the name of T.I.'s last album?
Let me Google it.
Was that Paper Trail? Paper Trail?
I don't know.
No, but I remember it being good. It
was amazing.
Dime Trap. Yeah, it was a great album.
What I'm saying is,
but hits.
y'all, yes.
But I don't think he's gonna play anything off that album.
He doesn't.
He's
He can.
not-
100.
He doesn't
he's not
need
gonna play
to. He
anything off
doesn't
the
need
soundtrack.
to. He
Hold
doesn't
He's
on.
going
need to.
straight trap.
Yo,
He's going trap.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me go.
Yo,
Hold on. Hold on.
with all due respect, not even trying to sound disrespectful, y'all could correct me, but I think that T.I. by himself might have less than 5 hits.
No,
Nah,
he has
you're-
more.
nah,
No,
you're
he
tripping,
has
you're
more.
tripping.
Name them.
shut his
I know we
mic
got
off.
bring
Shut
them
his
out,
mic
bring
off.
them out.
Shut his mic off.
What you know?
What you know about
Shut-
that? That's one of my favorite songs of all
Top
time.
down.
24s.
Rubber
Top
Band
down.
Man,
Yo.
Rubber
Hold
Band
on.
Man. Wait, what was that
Bring
last?
him out. Bring him
ASAP.
out. Yeah, listen. Y'all are disrespectful.
You
Y'all are
don't know
disrespectful.
me?
Hold
Oh,
on, hold
man.
on. Listen, and if this gets copywritten, fuck it. We'll edit it out on our socials.
Hold on, we still need Eat Away in. We still need Eat Away,
Yeah,
and she might
listen,
sway,
I'll go-
might
go
sway
ahead,
some
play that, play
opinions.
These are hits. These are hit records. That's a hit.
one.
That's one.
That's my
Hold
favorite.
on, hold on,
Wait,
hold
wait.
on. No, it's
I
not.
can barely
This is
hear
a hit.
it.
This is it. Hit.
It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth.
That's 2.
Hold on.
Oh, Lord,
Wait.
oh, Lord.
Hold on. This can keep going.
There's also a recent comment from T.I. I want to bring up later.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen. Hits. Don't be
That's my
stupid.
joint
Yo,
No,
no, it's
but
not
what-
your joint.
Excuse me. Hold
It's
on.
not your
Turn that
joint.
off.
It's not your
Turn that
joint.
off.
It's not
Turn
your
that off.
joint.
Turn that off. Wilson
What are you gonna
said-
say?
Wilson said by himself. That was the caveat.
Damn. Now we're measuring
It's
that.
a battle.
Like,
it's a battle.
it's
Wilson
a
said it.
battle. Like, come
Wilson
on.
said it,
Don't
not
do
me.
that. Don't
but
do
yo,
that.
Brandon, in your
That's
heart of hearts,
nasty.
in your heart of hearts, first off, 50's first 2 albums are nothing but hits.
I agree
Second
with
and
you.
third.
There's no fillers.
I think, let me be clear. What I'm saying is, I'm not disagreeing with you guys. I give 50 the edge as well. I'm just saying y'all being disrespectful by saying, oh no, he would wash him and mop him up and use
I definitely
mop
wanna
and
be
glow
more-
and all this. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
that's, like
I
y'all
think-
are being
yeah.
disrespectful.
I think it would be
That's what I'm saying.
closer. It definitely would be a closer battle.
It's 100% closer.
I don't know.
But also, this is really interesting too, guys. So T.I. actually went on to, I think it was Hot 97, and this comment I just looked up, and it was really interesting. He says, "I'll tell you what, just being real. If 50 Cent were from the Midwest, he'd be Nelly."
That's a very slick line.
And basically, I think he's talking
I get
about
what
the
he's saying.
biases that come with being a New York artist, especially considering.
But
No,
the
what
problem
do
with that comment is though, Nelly doesn't have as many hits as 50.
But do you feel like 50 and G Unit greatly benefited from the East Coast New York bias?
No.
That's a really good question to bring up.
No.
No,
You know
that is a
why?
good question to bring up,
You
but
know why?
no.
Because T.I. when he first issued the challenge, he said, "Yo, you can bring your hits from G Unit, bring whoever you want." He made 50 Cent was so dope. Young Buck's first album, Welcome to Cashville, is a fucking classic. And excuse my language. Welcome to Cashville is a dope ass album.
Mm-hmm.
Why
So
are
you
saying
can't say
excuse
it's
your
reasonable
language?
because he's
Fuck
from
that.
Tennessee. He's from Tennessee. He's Cashville,
Listen.
Tennessee. That's Young
Listen.
Buck.
I agree. What I'm saying is, if we just talking hits, we're just talking hits. Whatever hit is, whatever. T.I. could have a million hits with whomever. You don't have a hit. I don't have a hit. It's a hit regardless.
Right.
If it's a battle, it's going to count as a hit. Now back to E's point with reading the comment. What T.I. is saying is, while 50 is big over here in the South, he would be a Nelly just off of the simple fact that it's like he's a dime a dozen. There's a bunch of 50s in the South that are like, what do you mean? Jeezy, what are you talking about?
But
What are you talking about? There are big artists out there.
First off,
You're missing what I'm
remember,
saying.
Let's remember in this battle, it's going to be on the internet. And 50's a global artist. Not
We
saying that
didn't get there
T.I.'s
yet.
not.
Hold on.
saying
We didn't
T.I.'s
get there. We didn't get there yet. I'm just talking what that comment is saying. The comment is just pretty much insinuating, yo, fam, while 50 is huge over here, if you put him in another market where there are other people that make formidable music, he is just another fish in the pond with the rest of the fish. That doesn't.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time. I didn't really understand it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What the comment is saying by saying chosen. Hold on. What the comment is saying is, if you put 50 in the South, he then turns into T.I. While that may sound like a knock, it's not a knock. He's just saying, yo, there's other people out there that are like 50.
So is he trying to say there was no competition in New York?
Wait. Let me rephrase that.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Let me rephrase that. So think about how 50 Cent came up, right? How to Rob. You think that would ring off if he was from Atlanta? If he didn't have like the radio and the media pushing him?
And that's what we're saying.
Well,
we
the
gotta
whole
keep it
time
a buck.
well, How to Rob wasn't really the ring off though. How to Rob came out, and then 50 got big years later when he came out with G-Unit and Eminem.
No.
What?
No, everybody,
That's
I
wrong.
remember that summer. Everybody
That's
was
wrong.
talking about 50
That was 50 before he got shot, right?
Because Hov said, I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 Cent? And that helped 50 Cent.
Fam, that's what I'm saying. That record sets it off for 50. 50 then again, years later, takes it and does something else. So yes, what Chris is saying, that's what I'm saying. That is literally what I'm saying. It now, mind you, it works out. It doesn't matter. That doesn't discredit 50. 50 is still a fucking mega artist. That doesn't matter. But in that capacity, there's a bunch of 50s, I guess, from what T.I. was insinuating.
But it's not. But everybody knows that's
maybe
not true.
Maybe not.
That's
maybe
not
not.
true.
That's not.
But like I'm saying, I think 50 would win that battle. I'm just saying, don't be that disrespectful to say T.I. doesn't. No, I'm talking to Wylson. Don't be that disrespectful to say T.I. doesn't have more than 5 hits, and then don't be disrespectful, and then don't be disrespectful. Hold on, I just want to finish my not
disrespect before I said any of that.
But then you can't. I just had this conversation with fucking Keno, Royce's man. Shout out to him when he just said it to me, because I said, yo, no disrespect, but he said, yo, anytime you say no disrespect, you're about to disrespect someone. You're disrespecting me. That's what's happening.
That's not true.
It is.
That's not true, because I said, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I said I don't think T.I. has more than 5 hits. You can correct me if I'm wrong. That's what
I'm saying. What I'm saying is that's disrespectful.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
He was looking for the smoke. Say that.
Yeah, but I also have to say, I think that this lineup, this matchup is also good too, because think about it. Not only comparing them from music to music, but you can also compare both of their transcending careers. Both as an artist transcended beyond just being an artist and a rapper, and both went on to be entrepreneurs and more mainstream talent in terms of whether it's production work or entertainment or anything like that. I have to say that there are very few rappers who can successfully transcend into a higher mainstream level outside of the music industry. And I think that 50 Cent and T.I., even if you want to compare that, I think they both did that well too. So this actually is not just the music is it going to be close, but I think just overall, just how they've been maneuvering their business and how they've been transcending outside of just music, it's close too as well.
See now, I just now remembered the G-Unit album. And not only that, if 50 could play the mixtapes,
it's over.
50 mixtapes?
Now let's shift this.
It's a landslide.
Yeah, now let's shift this a little bit. Now,
yeah,
if we're getting to the shits, and yes, Wylson, you're right. If we're including hits from other people, like Young Buck's album, like Lloyd Banks' first album, like any of the compilation albums, like
it's over. It's
like
over.
That. T.I.
But that's what T.I. said. T.I. said, bring your hits from everywhere. And in my head, I'm like, dude, you got Dick Squad Click, but you got Young Dro.
But this is the thing. That's why Wylson is right, is because 50 is Lil Bro in him now. 50 is not even looking at him as a formidable opponent, number one. Number two, he's going to meme him to death. He'll win the battle before the shit even goes on. Like, he's going to keep doing it. Like, it's just what he does. While T.I. is very charismatic and obviously extremely articulate, I don't know that he could keep up with those antics just because 50 is like, it's just 50. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just that's tough to keep up with. It's tough. So yeah, I don't think the battle would really go that.
If it's T.I. versus 50 straight up, I'll give 50 the edge. I'm not changing that. 50's he's not gonna slaughter him. He's not gonna wash him, but I'm gonna give him the slight edge. Now, if you're doing compilations, Pimp Squad Click versus G-Unit and everybody else that's out of those camps, 50 got it, man.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, I agree.
God forbid they put the mixtapes in there. Oh my God.
That wouldn't be fair though. That wouldn't be fair. Like that's, and you know how long that fucking verses would have to be? Like, think about it. If we including all hits, that's obviously the reason why they only go like 25 records or whatever, and then just see how they feel at the 25. But like, when you think about it, a lot of those verses don't really go that much longer because it ain't too many people in this music business that are still active or even participating that have 25 hits or more. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big number. So I see it when you can start to see the fatigue, and not the fatigue of tired them performing and talking to fans. It's all right. I'm running out of what to play, and yeah, guys, I'm getting tired. Let me slow it down a little bit. But no, it's just that that's a lot of records to keep up with. There's very few people that can continuously play multiple records. A Drake could fucking, if you're talking producers, obviously RZA, Premier, like all these big names could keep going. Like, battling another producer that maybe doesn't have the same access or even anything close to those amount of hits is just a lot.
So what would be automatic? So what would be automatic wins, like songs that are automatic wins for T.I., and what would be songs that would be automatic wins for 50? Now, this is just individually, right? Because we don't know if they're going to pair those songs up against each other. But what would you guys consider those, like, oh, this is a win, definitely?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't say win. I would say a
50?
strong record. Yeah, because again,
The whole entire Get Rich or Die Try album.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man.
The whole album.
Like, Hustler's Ambition, that, like, it's too many records that, and that's what I'm saying. We would have to change the word win to maybe a strong record, or would give an edge, maybe. I don't know if win. I can't give a clear win, because the what could be brought back in as a counter. Like, again, I changed my whole thinking once Preem countered with Devil Spy in his versus battle. That blew my mind. I would have never even thought to counter a rap battle with an R&B record that you produced for Belly. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know.
I think a better matchup for T.I. is Rick Ross.
No,
That's a better matchup, because those two can go head to head without necessarily having it be a hit versus hit thing. Rick Ross and T.I. is a way better matchup.
I think if I'm T.I., he's probably coming out the gate with something like ASAP from Urban Legend. And 50's just gonna come back with something like Hustler's Ambition, probably. You know, so out of ASAP and Hustler's Ambition, yeah, you got to give it to ASAP.
So hold on. Let's go back real quick, because I want to answer E's question. So if we going, let's just say strong records. I'm going Live Your Life. This is T.I. Live Your Life. What You Know. Bring Them Out. I think Rafe would be a strong record. What else? Whatever You Like. Swagger Like Us.
Wait, question. Do you think T.I.'s music has aged well? Like, do you think Swagger Like Us would be an automatic win in today? Would, like, Whatever You Like, would that win today? Because
as long as he got the right speakers,
questions, it's over.
Whatever You Like, I didn't even like that song when it came out. Swagger Like Us, cool. Now, all of T.I.'s best songs to me would get beat probably by I Get Money. And then after I Get Money, all 50 has to do is save go for the end. It's over. It's not even close.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
It's not. I didn't even sing Many Men. Who needs it?
Many Men raised off.
Yo, please sing Many Men. Please sing Many Men.
All right, so yeah, can you sing it? Can you sing it, please?
Which what?
Y'all better not.
Many Men, which what?
Yeah.
Which what, Wilson?
Many men wish death upon me.
Come on, everybody knows that song, man.
Did you see that vocal with
Your range is unbelievable. Your range is unbelievable.
Yeah, I got 20 phones. And
listen, I could go down and list more, but
20 phones, that song, I don't even know that song. Like
that's a great description. That's a great description. Listen.
Yo, 50's worst hit, Cliggity Clank, the piggy bank, would probably wash that up. That's his worst hit.
That's his worst one?
Yeah, I didn't
that
like
or the joint with or the joint with Justin Timberlake.
What was the name of that album? I can't remember.
Ayo Technology was dope.
No, that record.
Nah. If you play AO Technology, he's losing that round.
Yeah.
Oh.
He bet that never play no AO technology. And if he does, that would be a gimme just to try to, you know what I mean, piece it. But nah, that's bad business.
Big Rich Town over.
Oh yeah.
That's a hard joint.
But to Chris's point, I don't think that will ring off today. I don't.
Many men would destroy that song. Over.
Yeah. All right.
Outta
Well,
here.
I guess we could let's move on from that shit.
We could talk about that for hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Let's get to the mosh.
I am so ready for Facebook to put in entanglement as a status. I'm moving forward. I'm gonna call all my relationships entanglements. They're gonna be like, "Oh, are you in a relationship?" I'd be like, it's more of an entanglement."
I'm gonna
But
keep that out right now.
Listen, man.
listen, I'm all for
right.
that.
I wanna first
That'd
foremost
be dope.
say I feel bad for Will Smith.
Why?
Wait,
feel
let's add
bad for
context.
Will
Let's
Smith.
add context.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for those that don't know, sizzling off the pan of the press, August Alsina came out and did an interview. I think it was with Angela Yee, I believe.
Yep.
And pretty much spilled the beans. He snitched. He let the world know what we all have been wondering. Well, not all of us, but we've been trying to figure it out and piece it together. That yes, they were in an entanglement of sorts. And that entanglement is with August Alsina and Jada Pinkett Smith, respectfully, obviously. Now, I feel bad for Will Smith for a number of reasons. I'll tell you guys why. I want to hear you guys' thoughts first. I'll tell you why. It's very clear why I feel bad for him. So someone fire away.
Well,
not you, Nas. You're triggered. Wylson, you go.
Yes. All right. First off, I'm waiting for somebody to drop a meme of the Pokemon, the tangled up Pokemon, Tangler or whatever his name. What's his name? Somebody needs to make a meme with that. Just saying. Next, there's no reason to feel bad for Will Smith. If we have to take their word for what it is. They said they were broken up. If they were broken up, why does it matter? We're all adults. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff only matters to high schoolers. Know what I'm saying?
I agree.
That's the only time that you should feel embarrassed.
I agree.
He did his own thing.
What you're saying.
He did his thing. There's no reason to feel bad for Will. Now, the person that we should feel bad for is August Alsina. Because he's a herb. What are you doing? What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? What is? Tell me what he's doing. I'm really asking.
If I'm keeping it a buck, I'm rolling. I think that is the corniest shit. I think he broke man code. I think that people like that, I have a disdain for.
The corniest.
It's disgusting. That's what my beef is.
And
that's
on top
what my
of
beef is.
On top of that, let's say his lie was true, because Will said it's not true, so it's not true.
Listen, you can see Will's face. That's why I feel bad.
Well, he said he never sat him down and said, "Oh, I understand y'all, whatever."
I think he did. I think August Alsina broke his fucking trust, and
let's say he
Will
did do
wants
that.
to smash his face in.
Let's say he did do that. You're so crushed by Jada Pinkett Smith that you're over here doing interviews about this. Be a man.
Listen.
Be a man.
Listen. My issue is, the reason why I feel bad for Will is, number one, while, it's been alleged that he's done shit or whatever, cool. At least it was done in a certain way, right? When it lands on your doorstep, where it's not only your separated partner or whatever the case may be, to where it's someone that's, you're taking care of. and let's say you guys have this conversation, or maybe you guys, or maybe they had this unspoken communication, nonverbal communication, like, hey, yo, you know what it is, like, don't disrespect me. And he's like, no, I got you. You know what I'm saying? That's enough. You know what I'm saying? When you're on man time, right? So for that piece to be broken, and then to see the woman sitting in front of you, sitting there boastfully saying, well, let me be clear. No one gave me permission. I did it myself. Like, just turning the knife. And then you make the other comments of, well, listen, I thoroughly enjoyed taking care of people. Like, ew. That's why. And if you look at Will's face, and look at them, number one, if I'm keeping it all the way above, because I said I would in this episode, especially with this, is that they were acting. That wasn't real. You can see when Jada says certain things in that Red Table Talk where Will tenses up and he gets out of character, and then they get back into character. You can see it. Well. Also, I'll take it a step further. You can also see where he looks at her a certain way when she says, and August, we cut it off. I cut it off. You see him go like this, where no, you didn't cut it off. I cut it off. I told you to get his little ass out of here before I hurt him. I'm from West Philly.
Believe it.
Yo, real quick, just to add to your turning of the knife, not only did they laugh at him throughout the whole entire interview, but they also referred to him as Og throughout the whole entire thing.
Man.
Og came around. They're still calling you by your nickname. They're Spike.
Yeah. But I have to say though, that I really, even though, I guess, Brandon, you say that wasn't their true self, right? Which we all know. I think the most important thing, even from a contextual standpoint, is celebrities who are Black, especially at that level, they're not going to always be able to be fully, truly themselves, because 100%. There's a different standard that's placed on Black people than there is on others. That's just in general, right? And so, but what I did like is that they did still show bits of themselves, in the sense of, like, even when I love how Will, like, with love and care and guidance, checked her. Like, when she was trying to use certain words and it was vague, and when she was trying to tap dance with the words, Will was like, "Nah, it was a relationship. Don't call it entanglement. It was a relationship."
But that's the thing.
I like that, but I don't know if that's necessarily him being upset or him knowing her well enough and saying, like, "No, we need to make this very clear contextual," because people communicate differently, right? Will is from Philly. You know how people in Philly, New York, over here, we just give it straight honest, and there's no other places, other people, they may, like, try to shape their words because maybe she's worried about, like, taking this Red Table Talk carefully, because it involves so many different feelings and emotions that she's using all these kind of words, and Will's just kind of like, no, like, just let's address it head on, say what it is, and let's just move on. Because, and you could tell that they have different communication style, but I truly do believe that he really loves her, and their love is unique. And I have to say that there's a lot of people that are judging them right now, but I have to say too that there are a lot of people who are in marriages who are judging and who aren't even happy in their marriages. And I think that this original concept of what marriage is and how it should be and how it should be, like, this distinct way, I think we kind of have to stop thinking that way. Because at the end of the day, some people even get married because they're like, oh, marriage is happiness. No, as you could tell, marriage is not happiness. It's about you being happy with yourself and having that relationship or connection with someone where you guys help each other guide through life, till death do you part. And so I think that this conversation brought up so many interesting points that I think that we all need to evaluate, especially when it comes to companionship, relationships, and marriage. And especially for me as a woman, like, watching this was important because society, like, based on society, right? Women are pressured to get married. It's like, if you're not married or if you're not in a long-term relationship, you're looked at as, like, less, right? And I feel like with these societal pressures, I feel like it's a greater conversation about how we need to change that, because I feel like sometimes there are people that have these notions of marriage and are forced into those situations because they feel like they have to fulfill the status quo of getting married because, oh, it's the next level of happiness. It's like this. But that's not what it is. It's very more complex, right? And there's different kinds of love. And I feel like even when we're looking at Jada and Will, you can see that they have a very complex love that is not typically what most people know. So that's definitely a takeaway that I got and I liked. But I do like the fact that Will kept her honest and checked her. And even she, when he did check her, she was like, yeah, you're right.
Well, I agree. My other piece to that is, at one point in the segment or whatever, Will said, "No, and not for nothing. Like, we've never addressed anything. Like, it's nobody's business." That's how I felt about it too. It's just that we happen to be front row seat because, again, it's already out there, and then now we at the Red Table Talk, so it now becomes public domain. So that's why it's now in the court of public opinion. But if I'm keeping it a buck to Wilson's point, yo, y'all grown. Like, it's cool. Like, shit happens. I really don't care that much. The only reason I even cared is because of those little sound bites, just looking at what it looked like for me, like how it was presented. But I don't care. That shit happens every day, man.
What do you guys think about I'm sorry, question to you guys. What do you guys think of, cause especially, you know, with August, you guys talk about man code and stuff like that. I mean, we have women code, but obviously women code is a little bit different than man code, but it's the same. What do you guys feel about the fact that people are bringing up that he was in his early 20s and that she took advantage of him and, you know, that kind of context? And then how did you feel once you found out from her perspective as a whole? And should we still consider, like, you know, those who are 21 and 22, 23, like, oh yeah, they're still young? Or at that point, is it like, no, like that's, you're a young adult, but you're an adult?
So that's two separate things. One, if we're just talking just man code, he 100% broke man code. I can't tell you man code right now because that would be me breaking it. But these other gentlemen here know what I'm talking about.
Man code.
No, you can't. You're about to break it. What are you talking about? No, you can't. You can't. You can't.
August should have kept it. Aug should have kept his mouth shut.
Well, yeah, but that's the obvious. That's the obvious thing. But the man code piece of this, the man code, guy code piece of this, again, Erin, unfortunately, we can't share with you and the rest of the listeners.
Oh, that's all right. I'm not going to share women code. I'll share one, but I ain't going to share any of those.
Yeah. Well, no, the one is, like, fam, you're snitching. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Especially if this is the woman you say you loved or whatever, and this was an entanglement, and this was this thing, and she helped you, whatever the situation was, right? Why would you do that? If, like, I know that they didn't give their blessing to do it, or maybe they didn't. We're just all in one big sham. I don't know. But why would you do that? Like, that for me is just nasty, yo. It's just nasty. So that's one, right? As far as him being young, I don't give it that much credence. I think when you're in the music business, age is relative, unfortunately, in certain circumstances. You've seen so many different situations where, you know, think about Robert and all those situations. That time of the 90s, that era of, like, you know, like Menace to Society, you know, like that, no one cared about that stuff. It's different now just because there's more awareness, right? But in terms of whether he was taken advantage of or not, I don't know that. I don't know, because for whatever reason, they're still speaking amicably about each other, which means some good had to have come from that. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, I can't say that. Like, he didn't walk away from the interview saying, yo, you know, I've been with that family for all these years and they shitted on me and made me feel like, no, he said, look, it happened, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I always have love for them. And even they said the same thing, even though I don't believe Will said anything about love. Jada was more so like, yo, it's love. It's over with, like, nothing. Like, so, I mean, I don't know.
I'm going to drop a little bit of toxic masculinity here, but I think that it's necessary. As a young man, you can't get taken advantage of. You can only take advantage of yourself, brother. Especially when it comes to dealing with a woman. Like, you got to man up. You got to man up. You got to man up.
He's got a point.
You got to man up.
But what about
if you're dealing with an older, like, and you know the circumstances, especially those circumstances.
First off, if you're dealing with an older woman, hey, keep your heart in your chest.
What if mental health
doesn't go on the sleeve, buddy?
That, or addiction? So then where's that line?
and
you know who took advantage of him? The drug dealer. Not that woman. He shouldn't. Man, he's got to man up.
No, man.
He's got to man up.
Listen, Will and Jada.
Hold on, just to say something, because I want to say this, just to go back to that, right? I get what you're saying, but if you take him out of the music business, I know I hate to say that, but it's just what it is, right? If you take him out of the music business and give him these same problems, the same drug addictions and all this stuff, he's taken advantage of. He is. Because it's in the music business, I don't think people view it like that, just because in the music business, like, everyone was doing drugs back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone had problems. People still have problems. Like, so if that's the case, what's to say and I'm not trying to say insinuate anything, but was to say that they didn't have a drug problem. You know what I'm saying? Let's say she was addicted to weed or whatever her drug of choice is, right? And let's say they bonded over that and maybe they helped each other through it. I don't know. I'm not so quick to jump to he was taken advantage of. That's all I'm saying. Not for your reasons of what you're saying.
Well,
I don't think it's a man up issue. That's a serious
thing.
Here's
why it is. Here's why it is a man up situation. And this is why men get told to man up. Because when men don't man up and take things and hold in certain emotions, we hurt people.
Agree.
So in this situation, he needs to man up.
Agree.
Because people that think like him, I think like if he had access to Will Smith, he might try to do something to Will Smith because he's such a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he's got to man up.
Well, I also
this is
think
why men have to man up.
I think another thing too that we
men that beat women don't man up. Sorry.
No, you're right. I think also another thing we have to keep in account too is that, you know, both August and also Jada acknowledged the fact that they themselves were dealing with definitely things around mental health, right? Mm-hmm. In the sense of how they view relationships, how they crave certain things. And what I have to say is when you are either codependent or dealing with addiction or dealing with whatever, you may not realize the effect that you're having on other people during that time. Now, I think that now that they both are looking back and it's an introspective moments that we're seeing with these two, they probably realize what was going on, maybe what Jada was doing, maybe what August was doing, and we're kind of seeing them processing the situation in real time. I don't know if they really processed it before because maybe they were like, okay, cut ties. You know, I love you. Let's work on ourselves individually, right? But I feel like we're also seeing them kind of processing that relationship in real time. And I have to say that, like, you know, people say that Jada was taking advantage of him. We don't know the full story. We don't know what fully happened. But what I can say is for her to acknowledge that codependency and for her to acknowledge what she was going through, I think it's important because maybe she didn't realize the effect that she was having on him because she herself was dealing with a problem as well. When you have two people who have mental health or problems and they don't realize it, like, it's that sense of in denial, right? You don't know the true effect that you can have on someone until you get the necessary help and realize, like, wow, I'm a codependent person. Like, I rely on someone else to fulfill the happiness, and and maybe you suck the happiness from other people to fulfill yours. A lot of people don't take the time to acknowledge that, and that's the problem. So I think that it's very complex. I mean, yeah, he was young, he had his things. We don't, like I said, we don't know the full story. She could have really wanted to help him from a genuine place, but it kind of morphed into this other thing because she was dealing with problems herself and probably didn't acknowledge it at the time or didn't even realize that there was toxic patterns and behaviors. A lot of people don't even realize, I have to say, even outside celebrities, most people don't even take the time to realize the toxic patterns and habits and behaviors that they have themselves because you know what? People are afraid to look in the mirror and look at themselves and look at what they're doing wrong. So I think that this is like a very interesting and complex situation. And obviously, like, we don't know the full story, so we can't really entirely speak to it. We can only speak to what we see contextually. But I hope that both of them learn from it, grow from it, and hopefully it's a learning experience for all of us as well. Nas, I know that you were gonna jump in and pop off on Wylson for a second.
Real quick before Nas pops off on me, how could August Alsina have been taken advantage of?
Hold on. Because that's gonna start a whole nother thing. Hold on, that's gonna start a whole nother thing. I want to hear what Nas got to say. Hold on.
Okay.
Go.
Thank you. Now everybody knows how I feel about Jada Pinkett and Erykah Badu, right? So let me just
one shot.
Yeah. I look like a bummy rapper right now. Everybody knows how I feel about Jada. But let's call a spade a spade. She's 21 years older than he is. She took advantage of him. His mother was dying. Hold on, Wilson. Hold on. His mother passed away. He's dealing with a loss of a brother. He's taking on responsibilities. He's fighting a drug addiction. She knew exactly what she was doing. He had an Oedipus complex. I like how people like to clean it up for her, and she's going through her own stuff. Robert, dealing with a 20-year-old and 21-year-old and 22-year-old and a 30-year-old, he took advantage of him. But he was molested by his sister. But no, he knew exactly what he was doing. They didn't know what they were getting into. He couldn't have been hurting. He couldn't have had middle issues. But no, it's Jada. She's a woman. So no, she had her own issues. She was dealing with her own stuff. So, you know, they kind of worked it out together. No, she took advantage of him. And Wylson and Brandon are right. And Erin. He broke code. Shut up. If that's, you know, they let you in that relationship, like I said on Twitter, if they let you in their personal life and they're trusting you, be quiet.
Yeah.
They let you in. Okay, you loved her. Cool, I get it. She's been your age. You ain't never been her age. Mm-hmm. Cool, I get it. Mm-hmm. But they're trying to protect their own family. Who knows how much Willow and Jaden and Trey actually knew.
Didn't want to get there yet. Didn't want to get there yet just because that's their kids. But that was the last thing I thought about is, if I'm Jaden, I want to snuff August.
Yeah, but you don't. We don't know.
Yeah. Jaden's a black belt too. He would wash. He would wash Aug.
Well, Nas, do you feel like? I feel like I agree. She was way older than him, and she should have definitely handled that situation better. But do you feel like it was intentional, unintentional, based on what you're seeing? What are your thoughts on that?
I think she knew exactly what she was getting. She saw a handsome young man and said, "I'm Jada, and I can get me and Will are going through whatever we're going through. Cool, I get it. Yeah, everybody who's been in any type of long relationship, I get it. I'm going through whatever I'm going through. But at some point, you knew when he made the pass at you or you made the pass at him, what you guys were getting ready to get into. On a funny note, he should have named his album Augie Style. That
would have been fire.
That's hard. That's hard. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, he could have. But Jada knew. They like when it first came out, right? When August first came out and said, "Listen, I was in a relationship with Will." Her knee-jerk reaction was, "He's lying." Will's knee-jerk reaction was, "No, I never gave him a damn. He's lying." Instead of sitting down with the PR team, now they come back, well, it was an entanglement. No, it wasn't. It was a relationship. Let's be honest, Jada. So now it's like, why deny it in the beginning? Why deny it? Why don't you just wait?
But that's what I said in the beginning. That's what I said in the beginning, how I felt like it was an act, which it should be, right? Like even us, we're all characters, right? On the show, like we don't all give ourselves, like we've talked about that, right? I feel like that was the same case with the Red Table Talk. I just think that this situation was so touchy to the point where it took for Jada to say one thing for Will to get out of character and then go to E's point where she says, Will checks her and says, no, you're not about to do that. We're going to call this what it is. And we hear it's whatever. Everyone knows, like, just own up. Like, I think it got to the point where it was just too serious where, it started to not become that. And then it got back and then it got uncomfortable. Like even the jabs he was saying at the end, he was like, no, I'm going to get you back. And she's like, oh, no, now you're just being petty. He's like, oh, no, I'm going to get you back. But you could see his face. Like, you could see he was serious. You could see it. At least I believe he was.
He was serious until she pointed out that you already had your revenge.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about taking advantage, right? If we're talking about taking advantage of someone, Black China took advantage of Rob Kardashian. That's taking advantage, okay? That woman looked way better than him, way out of his league. Clearly just robbed him for his money and everything else. Now when we talk about Jada and August Alsina can get girls. He can get girls. Jada was married. You decided to go into that situation. Now, I don't care if your mom died. Don't care, dude. Don't care if your brother's gone. Don't care. You put yourself in, you made a decision. You made the wrong decisions. Did she take advantage of you? No.
Wylson, how can you say that when you sat here and said Tekashi 6ix9ine didn't have his full mind developed yet because he was 21 or 22 years old?
Okay, so look, again, real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna get to that. Now you see a bad chick that you've been crushing on for I don't know how long, break up with her man. What's the first thing you say? Oh, this is the perfect time. You taking advantage, right? That's what people do. That's what people do. Now, what'd you say about 6ix9ine? You said 6ix9ine, you can't hold 6ix9ine accountable because he's 21, 22 years old. His brain has not fully developed yet. Yeah. He doesn't know what he's getting into. But on the
On the other side of the coin, you go, well, August is 21 years old. He knew what situation he would. Which one is it?
Time out. Well, if Jada had got him to put hits on people and sell drugs and whatever else, then I would say the same thing. The 21. All she did was give this man some pie. She gave the man some pie. He went crazy, even more crazy. That's not her fault.
Jada is attractive, intelligent, articulate, and successful.
So
there's
many
women
out there. Hold on. There's many women out there with those same exact attributes.
Yeah.
So if it weren't Jada Pinkett, he would have got taken advantage by somebody else.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
he's a
this,
sucker. Why is he getting involved with a married woman?
At the end of the day, I'm not gonna call him all of that. The only thing I feel is, again, he broke man code. I'm not gonna begin to try to understand the complexities of whatever that situation was, be it her help, their separation and or not separation. Like, I really don't, like I said, that's not my business, none of our business. I'm only just addressing that piece of the fact that, and that's what I feel not only clearly was disrespectful to Jada, but also disrespectful to Will and the rest of his family. That piece for me is very apparent. Everything else, like, you shouldn't even be talking on it. Like, you can't talk about his mom. Like, if I'm him, I would feel away. I would try to find you if I'm keeping it a buck. Like, you can't play with people like that. Like, and so you can't, like, everyone has their own things that they've done that they regret, the grimy, whatever you want to call it. Like, you can't be held and you can't hold him in contempt, just like we can't hold anyone in contempt. But when you're talking about something so interesting like that dynamic, like when you really just sit back and just look at it for what it is, with nothing else, no emotion, and just looking at a young boy, them helping him, whatever, and naturally he's a good-looking guy, she's a good-looking woman, like, things are happening in their relationship. They, like, I mean, it happened. Like, that's life. That happens. You've seen movies on it. Your friends have experienced it. Like, it happens, right? Again, correct. That's regular life shit. So no, you can't call him a herb for that or anything else.
He's a herb.
So he was 20. The
issue.
With her?
Oh no, I don't know the age. I don't know all of the particulars. I'm just telling you.
I'll look it up.
Jada Pinkett is 21 years older than he is.
Yeah, I know that there's a huge age gap, and I know that.
Yeah, but he's a grown man in his 20s. Come on, guys.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Stop it. You sound ignorant now. Stop it. No, you know that's not the case. Because if that's the case, there's things that you've done with that you were 21 that I'm sure people should. Oh, if we're treating you like an adult, you'd have issues, just like we all, right?
When we were all 21, 22, we all did some
dumb, stupid. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. We all did stupid stuff, but for that young man in this particular situation, I don't feel like I wouldn't sit back and be like, "Oh, she took advantage of him," because for one, she was married. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the cards were there. He had all the warning signs.
That's true, but they said also that they were separated.
She was living in the West Wing. He was living in the East Wing. That's what I'm saying. She said it. You'll be on your side of the house. I'll be on my side of the house, and we rock.
So let me ask y'all this. If you guys were in that situation, would y'all make the same decision as that man?
Let me be clear with you. I would never be in that situation.
Never, right?
Yeah, no.
So he was about 23, by the way. I calculated because they became entangled in around 2016. So, and he's what, 27, 28 right now? Yeah. So it was around like when he was like 23, 22.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
23, 22, 24.
I think for all of us, if we were like, yo, a woman's married or a man is married, we wouldn't, the second that we hear that, we would be like, eh.
Okay.
But you're talking
about people that are sober, not in their clear state of mind.
Are dealing with
like
mental.
Not dealing. Yeah. Say it. Finish it.
So the thing people have to realize is when you're dealing with mental health, whether it's depression or anxiety, you yourself are going to unknowingly sometimes or knowingly try to grab a hold of what you consider a light or someone who has positive energy or happiness for the sake of it feeding and leaking onto you. And you don't realize that. And sometimes if you go through shit upon shit upon shit, and then you meet someone who fulfills some kind of love or something within yourself that you've been lacking, you're going to gravitate towards that. And unfortunately, that's part of the situation was he was at a low moment, and he probably looked at Jada as that light, as that quote unquote savior, right?
So,
Whether he did it knowingly or not, but the people do that, and sometimes they don't even realize they're doing that because that's part of this process of like codependency, right? He obviously had a codependency problem as well as her because he latched onto her because she probably was fulfilling something, a void in him that he didn't have.
I agree with you completely. See now, but then I think that we just need to be careful about what we say as far as Jada goes. I don't think that we should say she took advantage of him because that implies malice on her side. She might have really liked dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you could
took advantage. Yeah.
But you could still do that, but be
And
like
still,
but you still do that and still have love and unknowingly do that.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Like there are people who, like she just said, she has a codependency problem. She admitted that she has a problem or had a problem. People don't realize the effects of what they do sometimes until they address their problems. So we could say in the same sentence that she took advantage of him, but still have love for him. She took advantage of him, but also didn't realize the mistakes and problems that she was contributing at that time. I think
because she had her own
problems.
Thing.
I think that when we got to stop the notion that it's like, oh, if it's A, it can't be C, or it's just A. Like, no, when you're dealing with mental health and problems and addiction, it's more complex than that. So you can say those two things in the same sentence.
But saying that she took advantage of him because he has mental issues almost kind of implies that she couldn't have bagged him if he didn't have mental issues.
I don't think it's about that she took advantage of him because he has mental health issues. I think that the mental health issues contributed to the effects of what happened. And I mean, and even look, she said codependency. If she has a codependency problem, she very much could have been, during that time, unhappy herself and was trying to fill that void in herself and was using August to fill that codependency void because Will was not in the picture. But that doesn't mean that she could do all that, take advantage of him, hurt him, but it doesn't mean that she didn't love him or care about him.
Agree.
And sometimes the people that hurt you the most are ones who love you the most.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And to answer your question, Wylson, you asking a 34-year-old married guy, would you put yourself in that predicament? 10 years ago, or 11, 12 years ago, a young 22-year-old Nazim, if a married woman that I found attractive, who was successful and had money, said, yo, don't worry about my husband. Let me deal with that. But you could drive my car. You could come live with me.
And that's all I'm saying. That's why I said you gotta sprinkle in the money and the music.
Hold on. I'm not saying that you wouldn't do it, but after it was all said and done, would you be crying to Angela Yee about it?
No.
That's my point. We would all do it. I've done it.
Well,
I've done it.
You have done it though.
I never put my heart on the sleeve. I've never cried in my life.
Lies.
I'm a very big man.
You definitely cried when you were a baby. You definitely dropped some tears when you were a baby.
I hate men like you.
No. On a serious note though, we would all messing with a married person. That's fine, but then crying about it because it didn't go whatever way you wanted. Like, bro, that's the part that killed me. I can't give him any sympathy. She was a married woman.
Yeah, well, hold on. That piece I agree with you with, and again, the piece of again, you broke man code, you snitched. Like that for me, and then how you didn't just do it. Like I could see if Will and Jada didn't have a family, like kids. You know what I'm saying? Like
they have famous kids.
Famous kids, ex-wives. Like you're not just affecting them, you're affecting a whole plethora of people when you do things like that. And so that for me was just nasty. As far as everything else that we unpacked in it, again, that's just emotions. We don't know shit. It's none of our fucking business. and that's just what it, you know what I mean? Like it's none of our business. But that piece, it's crazy.
So what do you guys take away? I think one of the most important aspects of this conversation is that mental health addiction conversation. I think it provides a little, because another thing too is like when people look at celebs, it's just like for some reason people look at them as like, oh, they're on this
Superheroes.
pedestal, like they're not human beings. And I feel
Yeah.
like even though this whole situation was just crazy,
Mhm.
I do think it helped to showcase that like even the people that you think are perfect are not perfect at
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
And
yeah.
what do you think is like one of the biggest conversations or points that you guys took away when it comes to mental health in this? Because I feel like even for us, I feel like it's so important that we continue to drive that conversation, especially within the Black community.
Everything that glitters ain't gold, and it doesn't have to be. That's the key. It doesn't have to be. People go throughout their lives putting up facades and being a character of whomever they think people would like for them to be versus just being themselves. While all of that whole thing is muddy with them, I did love the fact that again you could see the real moments of, well, no, you did some shady shit too, and well, no, I'll get you back, like, because that's normal shit. You know what I mean? Like that's normal things that people deal with. But I think that's the biggest takeaway from me is that everything that glitters is not gold, and it does not have to be. Learn to just be okay with being okay and or not being okay, or being whatever it is that you are at the moment. Because just like Will and Jada, everyone else is trying to figure it out. It's just some are fronting better than others.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't even like bringing up the mental health thing conversation in with this topic, because what he did was selfish, and he caused a lot of probably pain in that whole entire family's life for his attempt at personal gain. He's a loser.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
listen, that's Wilson's opinion. I kind of agree with it a little bit. I would say, the biggest takeaway, man, is just enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment, and everything's not a loss. It's a lesson, you know. And hopefully, everybody will learn something, you know, from this situation. Pick your partners better. Keep your mouth shut, and enjoy the moment, man, while you in it. Don't worry about tomorrow.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest things that's a good takeaway from this is that even some of the most positive and loving people that we presenting wise can be some of the most broken people as well, or the people who have various different problems behind the scenes. So that's why, you know, like you said, the glittering part, you know, not everything that glitters or looks positive or loving or all that stuff isn't always as it seems. Like you could put glitter on shit and it's gonna shine, but it's still shit at the end of the day.
Still gonna be shit. Still gonna be shit. Still gonna be shit. I agree. Well, I think we all vented enough today for this episode.
Vented.
Look what Og did to us.
Right? He took us to such a dark place.
Go get that album, Augie style.
Oh my gosh, no.
Nah, but all jokes aside, and I know we all want them to be okay. Even Wylson, who clearly has some feelings towards it, but
No, I want him to be okay. But man, we gotta chastise people like this, man.
Yeah,
what his
You mean
attempt
criticize,
to destroy
right?
him,
Criticize?
Yeah, I'm about to say
criticize. Yeah, his attempt to destroy his marriage is just, ugh.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying.
Deplorable.
But you don't know that. We don't know the facts, and that's what I'm saying. You got a
He
little
was on
nasty
Angela Yee.
talking about the guy's family, and that's nasty.
Oh no, that's because one of y'all had mentioned it. Like, oh, he was going through that at the time.
Yeah, but still, but that's still nasty.
That's not an excuse to sleep with a famous man's wife.
You should still apologize. You should still apologize.
I'm sorry, Og.
That's not nice. That's not
sorry,
nice.
Og.
At the end of the day, again, these are our people.
That's true.
As bad as it looks, and as messy as it is, still our people. So you can't do that.
Don't say sorry. Say I apologize. Sorry means you're no good. You made a mistake.
Ooh, oh my gosh. Nas over here with a do-rag.
Yeah.
Enforcement.
The enforcement. Yeah, he does look like the enforcer.
with the do-rag on.
You about to drop some bars.
I apologize, dog.
Yeah. All right, man. All right, will you close it out? Close us out, Erin Ashley Simon.
Man. Okay. Well, all in all, whether it is a versus or whether it is relationship issues, at the end of the day, let's all continue to spread a love, positivity, and support during this time. There's plenty of people that are dealing with so many different things, whether it's loss, mental health, or just trying to get by day to day. And I think it's important that we say that. And that we also, as a grassroots team, I feel like it's important for us to address this. I know that we've had some episodes that haven't come out, and we've taken some time off. Just like what we said earlier, we are humans as well, and we all have been dealing with things during this pandemic as well. But more important,
hey, man, tell them mind their business, man. We were going through shit, all right? We're humans. I hate that people hold us. I hate it, man. Like I be depressed too in the house sometimes, man. Like, can we all just have our moment for a minute? Like, we've been trooping it through the pandemic. I'm tired of these angry DMs. Like, relax.
I don't know how depressed you are, but you better stay away from Jada.
Oh my gosh, stupid. But yeah, like Brandon said, like we've all been going through our own personal things, and we've had to take some pauses and breaks here and there. But no, Grassroots is not breaking up. We're still going. We're still doing our episodes. But guys, we're still in a pandemic, and it's impacting in so many different ways. So there are times that we may have to take break. But just know that no matter what, when we do come back with episodes like this one, we're gonna make sure that we give you the best of us day in and day out. And we appreciate you guys riding with us still. Oh my gosh, 3-4 years? Oh my gosh, 4 years? Jesus. I think it's almost close, right? I'm losing track of time in so many sense. I don't even know what day it is today.
Yeah, wait, hold on. It's definitely 3 years, but now you make me feel like it's pushing
3, but isn't it between like 3, 4?
3.5 somewhere?
3.5? It's close to that.
Jeez. Close to 3 years.
It's close to 3? Close to 3?
Close to 3.
Well, 3 is in August, I think.
Yeah. 3 is in August.
Yeah.
100% 3 is in August.
We'll be at 2 7 3/4, right?
And 3/4, yeah.
Oh my gosh. But it's dang near filled 3-4 years just because of our live show and everything like that. That's crazy.
I know. Which feels like a blur, by the way. It don't even feel like any of that should happen. I really feel like we're in one big X-Men movie and Professor X just like wiped our brains out and we're starting fresh.
Oh my gosh.
That's how I feel.
I feel that too. But we hope that you guys continue to ride with us, be a part of our journey, support us, join the Discord. Make sure you join the Discord. Even though, when days when we're not recording, we are in there still communicating. We're still talking about the latest news in music and culture and gaming. And also we use the Discord just to check up on you guys, see how you guys are doing, how are you feeling? I think it's important that we all stick together during this time, and the Grassroots family continues to stick together. So with that, make sure you hit that notification button. And also, continue to, Brandon's been streaming. I've noticed that. Make sure you go check out Brandon's streams with his Twitch. I've been streaming. Nas be changing his do-rag, but he's tweeting more. So definitely give Nas some love on Twitter. And of course, Wylson has been tweeting and putting out some social content. So show them some love on their social media as well. And I think, you guys, maybe we should do a live episode or something. I feel like we should do something for our year 3 mark.
Let's do it.
Yo, I would be content with doing a live back in New York in our studio. Like, honestly.
Like, us actually coming together?
Yeah. Like, that's what I want to do. Because, Lord, as much as I'm fortunate enough to see you guys now in this capacity, I hate this shit. I'm tired.
Wilson's gonna come with a Yeezy mask. I already know it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, 100%.
Of course. It's already made.
100%.
Yeah. Can we do a live on Instagram? Is that even possible?
We could also do via YouTube. There's a way that you can actually connect. Yeah. You can connect your camera to the laptop and actually come in live. It'll be one shot, but you can still do it live.
Still do it live. Yeah, you still do it live. So
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right, well, we out of here. I'm Brandon Killabh, y'all.
Erin Ashley Simon.
Regular Nas.
I'm Wylson.
And we'll see you guys later.
Peace.
Grassroots.